dads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackey and Judd.
Welcome in to the most innovative and high-risk segment in sports talk. Write That Down with Mackey and Judd, our executive producer, Declan Goff. We make predictions and hold each other accountable, unlike any other show in the country, where they're all trying to brush their incorrect predictions and takes under the rug, as if you've never seen or heard them, right? Oh, just pretend that never happened. Not on this show. When are you guys going to admit that you were wrong? Well, every Wednesday on both Mackey and Judd and Purple Daily. And Thursdays with Old Tweets Exposed. In fact, we should probably stop admitting how often that we're wrong, damaging our credibility on this show. Mm-hmm. I think our credibility's been shot for a long time.
We're just that mentally tough that we can take it. We can take all the arrows. We can take all the shots. And
is that a shot at Simone Biles? Are you taking a shot at Simone Biles right now?
No. I'm not taking a shot at. You know what? No, definitely not. I would never take a shot at anything to do with a sport I know nothing about.
Well, I have takes on that, but I think we should just wait on those until we get maybe Patrick Royce in. So
do you really have takes?
I do have takes on that. But now's not the time for my Simone Biles takes. Now's the time.
Confine your takes to our sports that we talk about, okay?
So here's how Write That Down works. 3 predictions each week from everybody. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And if you guys want to participate as listeners of the Mackey and Judd show, you can just send us a message through the Score North app. You can just tap on the feedback link at the bottom of the homepage of our free-to-download app and send a message to Declan, and we'll get you scheduled. Are you guys ready for this comeuppance here? Judd has maintained a batting average and home run lead for the better part of like 2 years now. Let's see where Judd stands here. Some good and some bad. You said Shohei Ohtani will hit at least 2 home runs against the Twins in their 4-game series.
Pardon my French, but Rocco screwed me on Sunday.
He did.
That intentional walk, I actually did stand up in the press box and start booing and yelling.
You said Aaron Rodgers is entering his last season with the Green Bay Packers. You said that a year and a half ago, and you were almost right.
That was such a grand slam home run if that was right.
God, you were almost right on that one. I think we're giving you a home run on this one. You said like 2 months ago the Wild will lose Carson Soucy in the expansion draft. I mean, you said this before they set their protected player list. You said this. It could have been any number of guys. I'm not saying it was like wildly unlikely, but I think this is a home run because.
Oh, I got what you did there. Wildly unlikely.
Yeah, you like that?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you worked that in.
Yeah, I know we've been cracking down on how many home runs Judd hits here, but this one I think goes over the fence unless you guys disagree. Dex,
I'm not good with this.
I know you're not going to disagree. Yeah, I think it's a dinger. I think it's a dinger.
Okay. You also said the Twins will deal Nelson Cruz by the trade deadline, which is a single. Yeah. So nice little week for Judd Zulgad.
Yep.
I had one thing come off the board. I said Taylor Rogers would be the first Twins player traded before the deadline. It was Nelson Cruz, and now Taylor Rogers won't be traded because he's on the injured list. Or at least it's unlikely that he'll be traded. Can you trade a guy if a team wants to trade for him?
I think you can.
Okay.
But this is also the first time in his entire career he's had to go on that list. That's too bad.
No. All right, listeners, Jonathan Harrison, our old producer friend representing the listeners here, he said Aaron Rodgers will not be the Packers quarterback in 2021. He said this almost 2 years ago. And again, he was close. But Rodgers, we have video footage now of Rodgers on the practice field with the Packers. All right, a few things to highlight here for Declan. Well, he said Ian Poulter. I think I left this on accident. I can't remember if I counted this.
Yeah.
But that was wrong. Ian Poulter, top 15 at the Open. You said Brent Rooker will be called up by the Twins by the end of the month. Not only has he been called up, he's been on fire.
Yeah. I think that happened like an hour after I made that prediction, too. It was pretty damn quick.
And then you said, this is not off the board yet, but you said the Twins will obtain at least 2 prospects who who were top 10 prospects in opposing teams' organizations by the deadline. Well, they got one.
Yep.
Joe Ryan from the Rays
Correct.
was like their
He was 10.
10th or something. So
Yep.
you're on the right path here. And if they
One
trade
more, baby.
Jose Berrios, they will for sure give you a point here.
So, and really quick, and is it because are you caught up with The Bachelor before I make this saying, Phil?
I did not watch
The Men Tell All?
the Men Tell All.
But you saw the episode previously?
Yes.
So we have to physically wait till hometowns start for Greg to be in hometowns, right? Is that why that hasn't off the board yet?
Oh, she's got to step
we have
foot
to
in his
physically.
hometown. Oh, yeah.
Got it. Okay, got it. I just wanted to be sure.
I mean,
Just wanted to be sure at
anything
the
can
beginning of it.
happen. I mean, who knows?
Yes,
Maybe
he could bail. Sad puppy eyes Greg. He could bail. So I feel you.
So, some things I think we can, like the Aaron Rodgers stuff. All right, I guess if there's some weird trade that happens between now and week
Right.
one, we can revisit these. But we'll wait till there's an actual hometown. So, Judd, you're back to 400, and you have the lead with 5 home runs on the season. Nice job. Declan, 333 with 2 home runs. I'm at 328 with 2 home runs, and listeners are at 310 with 4 home runs, one behind Judd's lead. So everyone doing pretty well here this season. All-time career stats, Judd has retied the all-time home run lead with listeners at 13, and he now has 170 career hits. So there you have it. That's the accountability session.
Write this down. Write it down. You like writing things down.
Let's get our guest listener predictors in here. We've got Matt. We've got Ryan. Let's go to Matt first. What's your strategy, Matt? Are you here to hit bombs? Are you here to bunt? What are you doing here today?
I'm just here to play the right way. We're not intentionally walking anybody when we're trash here. We're playing the game the right way. We'll see how the chips fall.
Yeah,
Very
I feel
Tom
like
Kelly of
we don't always play the game the right way here. We're very backstabbing and conniving. So glad somebody has some honor. Ryan, are you here to play the game the right way? What's your strategy?
I hope so. I hope to do the listeners well. I feel like the downfall of the listeners some weeks is going only for bombs. So we're going to work our way up to the more outlandish predictions, but start off more feasible.
Nice. So, all right, so here's the order.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
We're going to go Matt, Ryan, Judd, Declan, and then back to me, and we'll see how many times I screw that up here. But, Matt,
Yes.
why don't you lead us off? Your first prediction, sir.
All right, my first prediction is that Byron Buxton will be the starting center fielder for the American League in a Twins uniform next season.
All right. I like it.
Okay.
I think they'd have to come to a contract extension for that to happen. I don't think they would enter the last year of his contract without
Let's do
trading him. So we'll see what happens.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Ryan, your first prediction.
All right, sticking with the Twins, I predict that the Twins will finish bottom 4 in the American League standings by the end of the 2021 season.
So where are they at? They're kind of flirting there
I think
now.
I think they're in 3 or 4.
Okay.
They've got a good chance that
Yeah.
they're going to
Yes.
fulfill your expectations.
Yeah, especially if they wind up if they trade Berrios, I don't know. It's pretty much
Write it down. You like writing things down.
a lock. Judd.
Let's make it 3 for 3 with the trade deadline this week. The Twins will trade at least 3 current players, so players currently on their roster as I do this, before the 3 p.m. deadline on Friday. So they will trade. There will be at least 3 guys on that roster right now who will be moved before the deadline on Friday.
Okay, off the record, who are the
Yeah.
3 that you're most confident about being traded?
They'll move Simmons. I think they'll move Berrios now, which I didn't before. And
Pineda
then,
probably
and,
goes,
and then
doesn't
like
he?
a Pineda, just a general slappy.
I think Donaldson might go. I legit
might.
think
Well,
they're going to try and
I
clear out. I think clearing out money now
I'd
that
give him
Byron
away.
Buxton keeps rejecting him.
I would give him a way, yes. But yes, I think it's at least 3.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Declan.
All right, my predictions are all very volatile because they could be coming off the board within the next 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to
Declan's
go
like
quickly here.
super worried that his prediction. I'm
Yeah.
going to stall here.
Nope.
No, he's
my
got
first prediction,
10
as I talk over everyone else here, the Wild will sign Alex Goligoski in free agency. The Wild will sign Alex Goligoski in free agency.
Okay.
That's my first prediction.
All right, that's fine.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, I got to be honest.
Hey, Phil,
Yeah.
If you stall now, you can actually get Declan past the point of his next prediction being allowed. Like if you work, because here's the great thing about this show, ain't no shot clock.
No, there isn't. No, in fact, let me tell you a story about the first ever
my
incarnation of Write That Down. You know, we were just the segment started with us just offering advice to local general managers and managers. And then it kind of turned into predictions. And then Declan, we started keeping track on a spreadsheet of our predictions, and it just sort of evolved from there. And it's been a blast. Just really love this.
You know what?
segment.
It seems to me that explanation, which was rich with history, and I really enjoyed, should have a sponsor behind it. Do you have a sponsor or two to read?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, because one
is
thing
absurd.
I love to do during these summer months is golf. And PXG Minneapolis has any golfer in the Twin Cities covered with some of the best clubs you're going to find. The Gen 4 clubs are the best clubs PXG has ever made. They also have different clubs in different price ranges. So, if you want something priced a little bit more within reach, the 0 to 11 clubs are definitely great. Apparel, it's swassy out there. You're going to want something comfortable, something light, something breathing. PXG's got summer apparel you can check out. PXG Minneapolis in Southdale Center. It's a golfer's paradise. Find out more at pxg.com/Minneapolis. All right.
Write it down. You like writing things
All right,
down.
so back to the story about the origins of Write That Down. I'm just kidding. All right, here's my first prediction. I need some hits here. I've fallen far too far behind Judd. So Jack Eichel will be traded by the end of August, but he will not be traded to the Wild. Write it down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Okay. Matt, your second prediction.
My second prediction is predicting the winners of all the NFC division champions. So in the East,
parlay.
it'll be the Washington football team. In the North, it will be the Minnesota Vikings. In the West, it'll be the Los Angeles Rams. And in the South, it'll be, sadly, the Buccaneers again.
Yeah. The Buccaneers are interesting.
Good.
Brady's about to turn 44. They're running it back. Kind of feel like there might be a hurdle there, but we'll see.
Write
Off
it
the
down. You
record.
like writing things down.
Yeah.
Off the record, Washington football team is going to beat the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
Whoa.
I like that. I like
You
that.
know what?
That defense.
Matt coming in hot.
Yep.
I love it.
I love that prediction.
Yep. All right, Ryan, your second prediction.
Alrighty, you guys might need to help me out if this isn't quantifiable enough. But so I predict that before the start of the 2021 NFL playoffs, there will be legit chatter about adding a second bye week to upcoming NFL seasons.
So what's give us the deadline on that again?
Just before the start of the playoffs. And I guess the part that would be hard to quantify is like how you quantify chatter.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs to be a report.
I think a credible report is how
Like a
we
Schefter?
usually
Sure,
yeah.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
we sort of decide as a committee what's credible and what's not. Like if
Sure.
it's just I like football 69 on Twitter,
Right,
like
yeah.
you know.
If Cincinnati has like 50 players in the hospital by week 7, as usual, and their third string linebacker is tweeting about it. Yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
But, like,
Amazing.
yeah.
And so this would be adding a bye week for future seasons?
Yes.
Correct.
That was my question.
Right? Okay.
That was my.
Yep. Yeah, we can definitely. We've done the credible
Yep.
reports thing here. We can definitely work with that.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Judd Zilgad, your second prediction.
So I've got 3 football predictions for Purple Daily today, but in honor of the Vikings opening training camp, I feel like I need to bring at least one football prediction to this show as well, because
Sure.
it's been a long time for me.
Sure.
Write this down. Kellen Mond will not be second on the Vikings depth chart at quarterback to begin the regular season. Kellen Mond will not be second. So he will not be the immediate backup to Kirk Cousins to begin the season. So opening day or the first depth chart for the regular season, that's released off the record. I think it's going to be Browning unless he completely implodes. But I just want to throw that out there that I think they're going to slow cook Mond as far as expectations go.
Write that down.
Okay. Declan Goff, your second prediction, sir.
The Wild will sign Nick Foligno in free agency.
Ooh,
The Wild will sign
little
Nick Foligno.
the Foligno
in
fraternity.
free
here.
agency, and we are 5 minutes away as we record this from free agency opening. So yes, could be very volatile. Very volatile.
Yeah, and that's definitely not much. So is your third prediction also
Nothing Wild related, actually. So now you guys can pontificate as long as you want because I got all of them out.
Okay.
My third prediction is not sports related.
I was going to say because my friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company have just been so helpful to business owners in and around the Twin Cities, around the state of Minnesota. They've been in Owatonna since 1904. And they've also been helping raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters. The Federated Challenge has helped raise $41 million since 2005 for the 116-year-old one-to-one mentoring organization that is Big Brothers Big Sisters. So whether they're helping businesses or whether they're helping raise money for a great cause in Big Brothers Big Sisters, Federated does some amazing things. Find out more about Big Brothers Big Sisters at bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Write that down.
All right, my second prediction here. The Timberwolves will wind up with a draft pick or a player that was drafted this year. I'll say by the end of draft night. Like they can't officially pull the trigger on a trade, but there will be a reported trade where the Wolves wind up with either a draft pick or one of the players that was drafted on draft night.
Okay.
It was funny because Chris Finch was actually interviewed last night on Bally Sports North by Marnie Gellner at one point because Ant Edwards threw out the first pitch. Not bad. Threw a little eephus pitch. Got it over there pretty well. And Chris Finch said, yeah, it's a big week for us. We're just gearing up for the draft. And it was like, and then he paused because he knew how stupid that sounded because they don't have a draft pick. He's like, we got some things cooking in that area. so we might trade. We're trying to trade Jarrett Culver for literally anything. So yeah, it'd be great if someone could bite on that. Call me Finchy. All right, Matt, your third and final prediction, sir.
All right, I'm going with Declan on this one. Staying away from sports, my last pick. I don't know what kind of music you guys like, but I'm going to be making some Grammy predictions here.
Oh, I love it.
In the 2022 Grammys, the song Leave the Door Open by Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak will win both Record of the Year, which is like just overall best song, and Song of the Year, which goes to the songwriters.
My man.
Love it, dude.
I love it,
dude. I saw Bruno Mars in Chicago one time, like 7 years ago. Legitimately one of the best concerts I've ever been to. He does all of his stuff, and then he does a bunch of covers. He'll throw it back to like 50s music and doo-wop and stuff. He's unbelievable.
I love me a good cover.
Is that the first time that a listener has come on and made a non-sports prediction? Because if so, congratulations.
No, we've had plenty of non-sports. I think it's the first music prediction, though.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, we're branching out here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Matt, love it. Great work. Since you've got this life-changing platform here for you in front of the masses of Mackey and Judd fans, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that got you to this point? Besides this dog that's about to kill me.
First, I want to shout out my boy Joe Gallus. We both go to the U of M, and we sit in our frat house and listen to Sport North when we have time. So, shout out to him. I know he'll be listening. Then I'll shout out my uncle. He's the rookie. I don't know if you guys know him, but
Matt Mikulski, the rookie.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
The rookie. Love it. Garage Logic. By the way, Garage Logic is exploding the last year and a half as a podcast, almost as much as Purple Daily and Mackey and Judd. Really.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he kind of showed me the ropes on how to, get my foot in the door. So shout out to him.
Awesome, man. Love it. Yeah, Judd and I have worked with the Rook for like 10 years, so right on. All right,
Great
Matt,
dude,
great work, and we'll get you on again sometime, and we'll track these. We'll root for you.
All right, appreciate it, boys.
All right.
Thanks, Matt.
Ryan, your final.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Final prediction is the Vikings and Wild will combine for 4 playoff series wins for their respective upcoming seasons.
Whoa. You said the Vikings and the Wild.
Correct. So meaning if the Vikings win the Super Bowl as a wild card team, I'm just counting that as I know that NFL doesn't work with series.
Yep.
Right.
I got you.
Games. And the Wild miss the playoffs, then this would come true if they each win 2 or if one,
Right.
Yeah. So, are you saying they'll win 4 or at least 4?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, at least 4. Correct.
Okay.
Thank
If
you
it
for
was
that.
Judd, I would not have helped there.
Right.
Or Declan. But I just don't. I don't want them to win
no.
a Super Bowl and then we come on the show the next week and it's like,
say,
oh,
hey,
sorry, the Wild also won a playoff series. It was 5, and so
I'm
you're
glad
wrong.
we bend the rules for some people.
All right. So Ryan, since you've got this platform here, just gigantic and massive and life changing, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this point?
I forgot to come up with a script for what I'd say for this. So, we'll just audible it real quick. I'd like to shout out to the moms and the dads of the world. They brought me
totally
here.
agree,
They kind of forced me to.
I mean, you could have been born an ant or a house cat or something. Like you could have been born a house plant
Right,
think about how
yeah.
lucky you are to be born a Minnesota sports fan
or
instead.
a Packers fan.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That would be a disaster. So, yeah.
Love it. Well, Ryan, dude, thanks for coming on the show, taking your swings, and we'll do it again sometime.
Alrighty, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's guest listener
Write this
predictors,
down.
Matt and Ryan, doing a nice job. Judd, back to you. Final trip around the room here.
All right, I'm going to go back to baseball for this one, boys. Jose Berrios will be pitching in the senior circuit, a.k.a. the National League, next season.
Literally have the same prediction.
Jose Berrios, I don't know where he's going to be, but he's not going to be in Minnesota, and he won't be in the American League. He'll be doing what God intended, which is hitting as a pitcher.
So next season.
So next season, yes.
Got it.
Because I think he's going to get moved by Friday, but if he doesn't, I don't think there's any way he doesn't get moved this offseason.
I need to go back to the drawing board then. I literally.
Write that down.
All right, Declan, go ahead.
Just pick
All
a
right.
team. That's all you have to
I'm
do.
going to double down on a Bachelorette prediction about my man Greg,
I love it.
and I will say Greg will
Sunken eyes,
win.
Sad eyes Greg is the
Sad
best.
puppy eyes, Greg.
Dude,
I love how Katie's always like, "Are you okay?
Do you
Are
like
you doing
me?"
all right today, Greg? Is everything okay?" Like, is everything like you look like you have a resting sad face all the time, pal. Like, cheer up a little bit. My God, like you're hanging out with like the coolest woman of all time, and I would not be that sad. Anyway, my prediction: Greg will win the Bachelorette. So I have him, and another prediction making it to hometowns. I'm going to double down and say he will also win the Bachelorette. And I don't read spoilers, by the way. I don't read
either.
spoilers.
Yeah, I don't either. My wife for years has read spoilers, and we watch the show, and then we'll be watching, and she'll say, "So, what do you think happens here?" And I'm like, "Don't do that."
Don't do it.
I'm on your wife's side. I do the exact same thing.
You do spoilers,
and it bugs
Screw
Dawn.
you guys, man.
I love spoilers because then I like when I know what to expect because I, in my mind, know what I think is going to happen, and I'm anxious to see if it's true.
All right, write it down.
Write that down.
I'm going to get more specific because I also want to reclaim the home run lead that I once had, and you can't do that without taking big swings. So I agree with Judd that Jose Berrios will be headed to the National League, and specifically, he will head to a team that needs to overcome two foes in its division, but a team that could win the World Series with the right moves. An aggressive general manager, the San Diego Padres. Jose Berrios will be traded to the San Diego Padres. And this is off the record. I'm going to throw a name at you guys, okay? So the third overall pick in the 2017 draft was Mackenzie Gore. He is a hard-throwing, left-handed starting pitcher, and he buzzsawed his way through the first few levels of the minor leagues pretty well, like A-ball, high A. Then the pandemic hit, and this year he has like a 6 ERA at AAA for El Paso. And I just think it's possible that the Padres could say, all right, we're out. And the Twins could look to buy low on the third overall pick from 4 years ago. And then they have to develop him. But it's another story.
He was like a top 5 prospect in baseball 2 years ago.
Yep. And he came into the season still one of the top like 10 to 15 prospects. But I think it's possible that the Padres could say, screw it, we can win a World Series right now. This dude's underperforming. Let's cut bait and let's get Jose Berrios. That's off the record, but I want you to acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
Wait, hold on a second. You just gave
me.
all of the details. Dex, I hope you wrote those down.
Oh,
No, I did
Mackenzie
not.
Gore. If Mackenzie Gore happens, it's a home run without the Mackenzie Gore thing
Yeah,
because I'm giving you a specific team.
Yeah,
Yep,
no,
no, I
if
got
it
you.
all doesn't
That's-
happen, you're wrong.
It's not how the
Write it down.
committee
You
works.
like writing
If
things
the
down.
Padres don't hold a press conference and say, never mind.
Phil Mackey was the first to report and call this a few days ago. I'm going to want John Heyman, Ken Rosenthal, all the biggest heavy hitter reporters. I want John Heyman, John Morosi, Ken Rosenthal, Jeff Passan, and Dan Hayes from The Athletic to all give me credit that I nailed this prediction properly. So
Nice.
those are the write that down predictions here on Mackey and Judd. Every single week we put our necks on the line and do what no other talk show has the gall to do. All right. Any other final thoughts from you guys before we ship Judd off to Vikings training camp, get some Purple Daily action?
It's just a great day. We've got
It is.
training camp starting. Free agency in the National Hockey League is kicking off right as we record this, and there has been clearly tampering going on constantly, but who cares about that? There is the trade deadline for baseball is on Friday. This is one of the, as Dex said in statements on Monday, this is one of the great weeks ever and it won't be replicated.
No, because of the sports
'Cause we'll
calendars
shift
all
back
matching
to
up.
what we were before the pandemic problems.
Suter's contract with Dallas, I'm not sure if you guys said this, 4 years, $3.65 million a year.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Yep.
And
yes.
from Russo Hockey, Alex Goligoski has multiple multi-year offers, but it sounds like he's leaning towards a lucrative 1-year deal with the Minnesota Wild.
Ooh.
That one makes the most sense, right?
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll have a lot more on that front too. We're gonna shut up so Declan can post some of this stuff before
let's
it
get it
gets outdated, and we'll see you guys on Purple Daily, Mackey and Judd, daily Minnesota sports entertainment. We want titles.